Uganda is well known for producing very palatable food products, and therefore, as much as possible, most of the hotel owners purchase from the local markets. The quality of the products that are procured from the local markets or supplied is not consistent. And the reason why it's not consistent is mainly because it is mishandled. It is not properly packaged. You find that you get the fruits which are very delicate, like passion fruits, packaged in sacks and thrown on the ground. They bring eggs which are dirty, supply eggs which are dirty. They may supply meat, which is also mishandled. It is already contaminated even before it reaches the hotel.
When we arrived here, there were no supermarkets as yet, and I was therefore involved with establishing the first ShopRite Checkers supermarket at Clock Tower, Ben Kiwanuka Street. One of the first challenges we faced when we wanted to open up shop in Uganda was to source local supply and to find reliable suppliers for local supply. Originally, we struggled with especially eggs, which we had to buy from small holding to small holding with a little bit here and a little bit there. Fruit and veg was a problem, and we established our fresh mark operation in Uganda in order to specialize in the sourcing of fruit and veg. Getting produce from suppliers has always been quite a challenge in that some of our suppliers are not very consistent in their supply, and we will get merchandise or fruit and veg for a couple of weeks and then all of a sudden they don't have stock anymore. Some of the other challenges that we face is that the quality of the fruit and veg we receive is often not up to the standard that we would like to see in supermarkets. We would like to see tomatoes that are unblemished, fruit and veg that are nice looking, and our philosophy is that basically fruit and veg gets bought on appearance. A customer will walk into a shop, look at the fruit and veg, and if it looks nice, the customer will buy. If the fruit and veg looks bad and it's not nicely displayed, the customer will pass up and he will not buy. This is not a new marketing principle, and I would like to use an example of the ladies that sell tomatoes by the roadside. And I always marvel at the way that they can stack all those tomatoes in a little pyramid on a little dish so that it looks attractive to the passing motorists and get them to stop and actually buy the tomatoes. The same applies to us. We need top quality, unblemished fruit and veg, and that is often a problem. We therefore insist on freshness upon delivery, quality, and in some cases we also look at suppliers that package the items for us in a form that is attractive to the consumer and that will create the impulse to buy with the consumer.
Farmers have a bad history of being lured into growing crops, and then the buyers don't turn up. You have heard of stories like moringa, vanilla, and things like that. Now, when we first went out to tell farmers to grow for us the materials, barley, sorghum, they thought that maybe it is another chain of people who tell us grow this, grow that, and they disappear. Our main line is the barley, which we get from Kapchorwa. The volumes are growing, but we are not yet there. For sorghum, 100% within the borders, and for maize, cornstarch, local cornstarch, we get it locally. Usually, growers are mixing materials with sand, stones, to increase the weight that they get when they are delivering to us. But in the long run, it is affecting the farmers, because it is not of our interest for you to deliver sorghum mixed with other impurities, white sorghum mixed with red sorghum, sorghum mixed with sand, sorghum with stones, sorghum with a lot of dust, sorghum with chaff, and we reject it because we can't use it for our product. And as a way of sustaining our crops coming to us, we offer farmers, growers and agents long-term contracts. And by giving you long-term contracts, we expect you to bring good quality material to us.
East African Best Foods produces baby soya, which is now called new baby soya. We buy maize, we buy soya beans, and we buy millet. Most of the suppliers go to the farmers, bring the product, and try to sell. Some of these suppliers, when they go to the farm, the farmers they go to, one will have a bag, another one will have half a bag, another one will have very few who can produce more than 5 bags. When they harvest these raw materials, they don't know how to do it properly. And the problem is the cleanliness of this, of the raw materials we get. That's a very big challenge. And therefore it is the processor, when he gets it, who has to clean it. If we are to keep the standard and supply products fit for human consumption, we have no option but to follow that. And what we would like to appeal to the farmers, they should know that they are producing grains for human consumption. And since they are producing grains for human consumption, they should also be careful with the way they handle those grains. My appeal is mainly farmers' associations. They should not allow farmers to sell outside the cooperative society, because the cooperative society will know the standards and the farmer will know that they have to keep those standards if they are to sell their grains to the cooperative society.
I very often see very good product coming off the farms, but once it has been on a truck that has been overloaded, it gets bruised and the quality deteriorates drastically. And you just cannot get the price which you would otherwise have got for it. Look at the handling of the products, and also bear in mind that if you package products tend to be protected by packaging, and they therefore last longer, which means we get a better quality product, which means that we will support you in the future. We must just always first come to us and say to us, and find out from us what the weekly demand for the product is, so that he doesn't over-invest in one product and then lose money.
I appeal to the farmers to grow our crops that we are interested in: barley, sorghum, and in the near future, cassava. Why should farmers grow our crops? By the time you grow a crop, you are assured of what you are going to get out of it. We have already assured you of the price, and in no event are we going to lower what we communicated earlier.
Our suppliers need a lot of training. They need to be trained, they need to take advantage of the good market which is available by improving the handling, the storage, the transportation in the entire chain.